This week, on a special episode, join me with my friends Miss Burrows, Melissa Lyon, and Camarama for an explicit, not safe for work conversation about sex. This episode of StrangeLove brought to you by Treasurelicious. Good evening. This is StrangeLove, and I'm your host, Cami Kaos. Welcome, babies. Good evening, and welcome to the StrangeLove Live Sexisode 2. I'm your host, Cami Kaos, and as always, I'm joined by Dr. Normal, but this time he's going to be very, very quiet.
Hello.
Okay, no more talking for you.
Hello.
Yeah, I said no more talking.
Hi.
Do you want to see the boobies?
Yeah, I'm looking now.
Yeah, okay. If you want to see the boobies, just shh.
I'll be quietly reading about, history or something, the Third Reich or the Roman Empire.
That's fine.
Here
I'm going to introduce the ladies now.
Hello. Oh, sorry.
I'm going to start over here with...
We are. Yeah.
What?
We're sitting by size from largest to smallest.
Oh, except for mine.
I'm talking about
Okay, so
We
anyway,
don't have
over
a
here
mic
with
yet.
the largest breasts on the couch.
Cam Bam. Cam Bam.
Hey, Cam Bam. And then we have Melissa Lyon, who's the medium-sized breasts on the couch. And then we have Leah with the small but pert breasts.
Oh, thank you.
Perky, yeah, on the couch. And then I'm over here. And Melissa and I apparently have the same bra size.
Yes.
Go us.
34 deep. Woo.
We're awesome.
They can all say hi, too.
Oh, you guys can say hello.
Hi.
And we're joined by our lovely studio audience member, Media Chick. Her boobs are hidden from the camera.
Yeah. She didn't wear pajamas.
And she's not wearing pajamas, so...
But she did pull her shirt up earlier.
Oh, did she? Did I miss it again tonight? I saw the back. I didn't get to see the front. I saw the tattoo.
That's what I was talking about.
Oh, I thought she pulled up the front of her shirt.
Maybe later.
Okay. All right. So anyway, this is the Sexisode, and despite the fact that we would love to just babble on about our breasts...
In all their glory.
Or each other's.
Or each other's breasts. I'm happy to talk about all of your breasts.
Can you do me a favor and just move that mic just a little bit my way? Just kind of turn it a little. Okay, good.
Apparently we're doing adjustments on the air. And not breast adjustments. So anyway, this Sexisode format is a little different. Instead of taking questions from people, we've decided to each bring a topic. So we're going to start with my topic, which is basically how on the internet everything is very, very public. So I'd like everyone to tell me how that affects your public sexual persona. Your volume's on.
What?
Your volume.
That's freaky.
Who'd like to start?
I'll start.
Okay, Cami.
I do not have a sexual persona online as a result.
But you occasionally say leading things on Twitter.
Yes, but I feel like they're very toned down.
Yeah. So you tone everything down in an attempt to be appropriate?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, and just because, I have family members that follow me, and that just doesn't seem appropriate banter in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
So why now? I would say you're being very sexual right now. So
I'm coming out.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, I'm a sexual being,
Yes.
and, regardless of who I have in my life, that doesn't take away the fact that I'm a sexual being. So I'm really trying to embrace that aspect of me.
Thank you. Yay, more booze for me.
So will you... It's full and coming out very quickly.
Thank you.
And now it's all over your pajamas. Yeah. So does that mean you'll be doing... Excuse me, I'm going to have to talk through.
Yeah, that's okay.
You'll be doing more sexual tweets?
Oh. No. Did not mean that.
Did that question make you wet?
Surprisingly so, actually.
And cold.
No, I mean, yes and no. I like the idea of it. I just am not quite there as being comfortable with it. Okay. But yeah, I totally like the idea of it. But it seems very strange for me to go from one tweet about the cute thing my child said to and now while the kids are napping,
right?
I'm naughty.
I'm on my own time.
I had that problem for a while too when I was blogging and a lot of my blog content was about Kay.
Yeah.
But then I would write a post about Mike trying to get laid in the kitchen. And
What? What?
yeah, go read my blog from a couple years ago. You'll see the post.
You're not denying it.
Read your blog,
And
okay.
there was a certain amount of, problematicness, for lack of a word that's actually existing, with that. And part of it was that my entire family reads my blog. And I, at some point, have to say, look, this is my blog, and I love that you read it. But if you want to read it, you have to be prepared to deal with the fact that every once in a while, I'm going to say something you really don't want to know. And you just want to read between the lines. I'll try to, put a little buffer at the beginning that's suggestive so that you can skip any actual graphic content later on.
Now, so for me, that would be, it's like if you don't want somebody to read your journal, don't make it available kind of thing.
Well, for me, it's not an issue of... Yeah, it's not an issue of whether or not I care. My parents could read it, and if they want to know that, I mean, it's kind of strange that they want to know that, but... I'll pretend they don't know. My dad very much, he goes, oh, not reading. My dad doesn't watch the show at all for fear that I'm going to say something. Because on one episode, I think I said something, and he was like, oh.
Well, I don't think that I'm at all, fake or not genuine with people, but I definitely have a different relationship with the different people in my life. And therefore, so obviously I'm married and have 2 kids, and obviously I have sex. But I would never
Immaculate Conception
want, my father. I mean, he's so cute and sweet to think of me ever in a sexual being kind of way.
Yeah.
Even as much as I am.
Well, Dr. Normal is making so many faces.
Yeah, what's he doing?
So, not mean faces.
But anyway,
shocked faces.
I had an experience this past week, last week. Not this past week, the week before, on my blog where I wrote about having a porn hangover because I
love that post.
I watched 2 hours of porn straight, and the next morning I woke up and I had a headache and was nauseous, I had a hangover, and I haven't been able to really watch a lot of porn since, especially not couples. Women masturbating I can always watch, but couples I can't watch anymore. I'd had enough. So anyway, I have you can see people's IP address on my little spyware I have on my blog. And I think that my 18-year-old brother is hitting my blog. And so I wrote a little warning in the post, because I said that I meditated. No, I masturbated, crossed it out, said meditated. And I did masturbate. But then I was I don't necessarily want my 18-year-old brother to see that. And so then today I was looking at the IP addresses, and the IP address that I suspect is my brother's came up, and he just read that porn hangover post, because I could see what post it was. And there were links to porn and everything, and I'm going to go see my family in 2 weeks, and I'm a little worried that my brother's gonna be so you like lesbian porn? What's up?
Yeah, but what you need to consider
some communication between.
That's not communication that you need to have with your brother. That's not communication you need to have with your brother. Honestly, it's not. But
your siblings, do you talk like that with your brother?
He's not comfortable about it, but I'd be happy to talk about it.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to talk to my brother's.
I'd love to buy him.
I'm happy to talk to my brother's partner about sex. She's fine to talk to. I'm okay with that. But I'm not going to talk to my brother about sex because that's just a boundary. I don't.
There's so many people that get misinformation, so it would be neat.
My brother's old enough to get his own information from someone who's not me.
It would be neat
and her little brother.
Well, he's 18.
He's old enough to get information too.
See, whoa, you're gonna do it again.
Melissa's wet with chocolatey booze. I mean, really, seriously, raise your hand if you don't masturbate.
No, don't.
Oh, if you don't.
Dr. Normal's a liar.
Type now.
Yeah. So, really, I mean, everybody, it is tough for people to hear that other people masturbate, even though they know, or they should know, everyone masturbates. Yeah. It is tough.
But I didn't masturbate till I was very old. I'm going to say in college, maybe out of college. I had no idea it was something you could even do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so my parents being cool about things like this and talking to my brother about masturbation, that's a pretty new thing for my parents. I didn't grow up.
Someone had talked to you?
Absolutely. And told me everything, and that you could
someone
buy
that you trusted, your family member?
Well, I think if I had an older brother and if it was, I would feel weird.
Yeah, I don't know. A sister maybe I could talk to, but when it's not the same gender, I think it...
Well, it doesn't have to be, 3-hour conversation, but it could be
No. You know what? There's something...
All right.
off for me about discussing that with someone. No. I don't know. But I've been masturbating since it didn't take me very long to figure out I could do that at all.
Yeah.
No. It did not take me long to figure out that could be
It could happen.
No
Yeah.
idea.
You didn't
Really?
do, like the bike ride.
No.
And you're like,
No.
oh, hey.
Yeah, before,
I'm making up for lost time now.
before I even kissed
good.
a boy, I think I was
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
finding ways to make myself happy. Even before you know that you're doing anything sexual, you know that feels good to rub your clit. It feels amazing.
Yeah, before I knew it was a sexual thing.
Yeah.
It was just
Me
like
too.
a body feel good kind of thing.
Yeah.
I was young.
I missed out on so much.
I'm so sorry, sweetie. I'm so sorry for you.
I'm happy for you now, though.
I am glad that you
learned.
learned.
I mean,
Every moment.
one less thing
Every
to worry
alone
about.
moment. I'm like,
One
what
less
could
thing
I
you could
read
feel
a
when you were
book?
younger.
She's making up for lost time.
I am.
Yes.
It's important to do, though.
It is.
It's
and like,
really
how do
important.
you know? I met Belladonna. I was going to bring this up. I met Belladonna, who's this huge porn star, like the, the queen bee of all pornography. And that's what she said. She said before and she's done really crazy stuff, like had a baseball bat up her rear end, like a lot of nutty stuff.
That's not what I'm into.
Hang
but-
on, I
Yeah,
have,
no,
I have
I
a
mean,
sound
no,
effect
but
for
like-
that.
Yeah, you have to remember that none of us have headphones tonight, so that means nothing to
did
us.
you do the sound effect yet? Am I waiting for
Are you
it?
doing the, that one? He's trying to find it.
Okay, well, I'll just
Whatever.
keep
We'll
talking.
just ignore him.
There we go.
Anyway, but
I think I found an appropriate one, sort of.
Okay.
Good.
So anyway, but Belladonna was saying that that she always tries stuff on her own alone before she does anything else. Before she tries it with a partner, her husband, or does it on screen. She always does it by herself first. And that's the only way she knows if she's going to be able to do it.
Have control over it.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
Trying things
Okay.
yourself,
Just like, you
not
know,
necessarily the
I
baseball
think
bat.
we should move on to topic number 2.
I just wanted to ask how many people have had a baseball bat in their rear ends, and is that no? Oh, okay, no raise of hands.
But Belladonna, I want to say though,
Yeah.
awesome. I loved her. When I met her, I had never actually seen much of her porn, but she was a star. She was a celebrity when I met her. She was so charismatic and smart and
I have to note, because we only have one camera, Dr. Normal is pretending to smoke his old tobacco pipe.
it's cute.
Still, still tasty, too.
I think he just needs
Still
something
has
to do
the-
with his hands and mouth
I
right now.
know.
I'd love to light this
There
up
are
right
way
now.
too many luscious boobies in the studio for his
Yeah.
comfort library.
He has done a really good job of maintaining eye contact.
Hasn't
though.
he?
He's just checked it out one time.
I'm really proud
But I
of him.
can
Mine
sneak
up.
a peek later, right?
I-
as you guys are talking, right?
Yeah.
And I have to
Yeah.
note that Cam Bam's boobs are not only
They're so
bodacious, but glittery.
And
as
very
well.
close over.
And very near to Dr. Normal. And Dr. Normal, when I met him, did not like big. He was not a big breast kind of person.
You converted him.
You
I
yeah.
converted him because you can't be married to me without
Those are so
liking big
beautiful.
boobs. It's not
you.
possible. They're hypnotic. And with that, we need to move on to Cami's topic.
Cam Bam's topic.
My topic is similar in that, like the persona. I love flirting. I always flirted, and then I got married, and I was like, I do not want to be misunderstood or put myself in a position. Because, like, as a single woman, you're like, you know,
Flirt with
whatever.
anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy to say no thanks. But as a married woman, I would never want to, like, cross the line or be taking the flirting too far, which I'm likely to pour it on thick when I do flirt. So what's the appropriate... I mean, I know married women who flirt, and I don't have a problem with them.
See, I think that my
What's the appropriate level?
natural personality, I just kind of like when I'm talking to somebody, be it a man or a woman, I tend to be like, I'm either cold or I'm touchy
All the time.
all the time. I flirt with
Well,
Leah
I'm touchy.
constantly.
I'm a former massage therapist.
Hello. What? I didn't know this. Why former? Because my back.
Oh, please.
I was just looking for an excuse to take my shirt off. I'm sorry.
You used to be a massage therapist?
Yeah. And then I stay home with the kids now, but
Yeah.
you know, I'm very touchy-feely.
Yeah, if you ever decide to be a massage therapist again, I have some clients for you.
Yeah, we'll come to your house.
Because I don't like people touching me unless I know them, and I'm very comfortable with you.
Yeah.
So, hi.
Hey.
How you doing, Cami?
I give a damn good
And then if I was talking to myself, you would totally think I was talking to you. It would be really convenient for me. That makes no
Do
sense.
guys get
Yes.
erections when they have massages? I have this feeling.
Dr. Normal doesn't like it when people touch him.
Oh.
That's why.
Because
they get erections.
yeah, it happens because it like alters your blood flow. It makes
Yeah.
you totally relax. It's kind of like morning wood. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily
Exactly.
sexual arousal.
I like morning
do you
wood.
guys
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Morning wood is one of my
Not always.
favorite woods.
I've massaged many men that it didn't like. They were like
Pop it?
sweating and like it wasn't like an uncomfortable. You know.
Wood is wood.
Do you prepare
Seriously,
them beforehand? Are you like?
Do you tell them they're gonna get a woody?
No, it doesn't happen to anyone, and I usually just don't address it unless they address it and feel,
Do you
or
kind
if
of
they touch it too much. Then I don't take that client back, but
Oh my.
that doesn't really happen very
Okay.
often.
So let's discuss. Let's move back to the flirting part.
This is great.
I love Cami, but let's move back to the flirty part.
Yeah.
So what
So I
is
love to
stopping you?
flirt-
Like, what's the question?
Well, it's like maybe because I've not had many monogamous relationships, except for my marriage. Right? So like,
Hey, Dr. Normal, could you turn off the music? I can hear it even without my headphones. It's very distracting.
It's like a little.
It's very low. Yeah.
No, it's porn music. Turn it off.
Wow.
Jeez.
We're having flirting talk, not porn talk.
All right, I'll find flirting talk. Music.
Okay, go.
So it's really like I don't want anyone to think like I'm really.
You don't
really
want
mean it.
You don't want
I don't
anyone to
wanna-
think you're trying to get in someone else's pants.
Right. I also don't want other people to think I'm anything less than devoted to my husband.
Yeah.
And but I'd love to flirt at the same time.
So are you holding that back, like since you've been married or something?
Oh, for sure. More since I've had kids. Because
No,
number
now's
one,
the time.
Yeah.
like, when you have small
when you
children
have
with
kids,
you.
you get to do it. You get
Yeah.
to be
I know, but
flirting
like
with
right
your
in front of
mom.
them.
Not
No.
right in front of
Yeah.
No.
So I have the kids with me a ton. Like I actually one day almost found myself like rolling down the window to like seriously call it some construction workers. Kids in the back seat. So I'm like, all right, no,
Yeah, no, that's
we don't do that.
You know what's so funny is I've never catcalled anyone and it just wouldn't occur to
Oh
me.
God, Melissa, you have to do it.
From now on,
Oh, it
like,
is
every
so
time I see
good.
a guy, I'm gonna be like, wow!
I'm more likely to do it with someone I know than someone I don't know too.
No,
if
I'm
I
gonna do it with people I don't know.
Oh, I like to do it better with people I don't know.
Yeah.
really, I just like to do it. Period. But at the same
nice
time,
little
when I'm walking
surprise.
down the street and someone whistles at me, I'm like,
Oh, I totally love it. I'm like, yeah, baby.
well, it always happens when I'm with my kid. That's the problem.
Oh.
And I'm always like,
yeah, if I was with my children, I would ignore that.
and Kay's always like, Mommy, what did that man say?
He liked my bod.
He said that Mommy should dress more appropriately for the mother of a 7-year-old.
Appropriately, though. That's exactly the point, right?
Yeah.
It's like that's who you are, but it can be perceived in
But
a
what if-
variety
I
of different
mean,
ways through
correct.
different
I
people.
think that men kind of think it's hot when their wives are a little flirtatious.
Oh,
Let's
he
ask
loves
Dr.
it.
Normal.
I mean, he doesn't love it. He certainly
Dr.
doesn't
Normal
mind
doesn't
it.
seem to mind when I make
Right.
He's not affected
eyes
by
at
it.
other people. Hey, Dr. Normal,
I'm busy adjusting the volume. No comment.
I need you to comment though. We're discussing how does the man feel when his wife is a little flirty, a little ladylike, a
What's
little.
good for the goose is good for the gander.
Yeah, it's like she's a woman. Yeah.
No,
And-
but what
My husband doesn't
what he
have a
just
problem.
said is you get to flirt if I get to flirt.
Uh-huh. And I find women in relationships are very jealous.
I'm not really a jealous.
Let me cue the
person,
music
though. You're
again.
making the faces at me, but I'm not really a
known
jealous
Cami to be
person.
jealous. You're sitting.
And I flirt with women more often than I flirt with men.
Women with the boobs hanging out, and your wife's like, "Look at them, baby. They look good."
What?
I said I flirt with women way more than I flirt with men. Actually,
No. It's less about flirting than it's like, you're at a party or somewhere and
Oh,
you're
it's
talking
that
to a woman
attention.
and all of a sudden, bam, like your significant other is just like right there at your arm and you're like,
cock
hi, where did
blocking.
you come from?
Are we talking about
yeah.
me?
No, not
okay,
you. No, of course not you.
No, you can say if we are, but
Oh.
I'm just like, because
No,
my
not you.
experience is when I go to a party or
My
a
hand,
tech event or something with Dr. Normal.
See how I did that?
He's the person I see least, which
Oh,
is
sure.
very sad for me. But I can guarantee he and I are going to go to Ignite together, and I'm going to be like, yeah, I've got a babysitter. I'm hanging out with my man. And then we're going to go to Ignite, and I'm going to talk to everybody in the entire room. I'm not going to see him more than twice.
Yeah.
It's going to be very sad.
Maybe or maybe not. We'll see.
Therefore, you
But there's
must flirt with
something-
other men.
Let me bring this back to Cam Bam's point. which is that, so you go and you work the room a little bit. It makes you feel better about yourself. It makes you feel a little bit sexy. You know, you wear a flattering bra. That's always my plan at tech events.
You know what? It's always about
It's my plan every day.
No, usually it's like,
amazing if
you're a
I'm going to
woman.
like the kids museum. I'm not going to be like putting on the special one.
To me, it's like, you're a woman,
really?
you're talking to me. Am I wearing a flattering bra? Do I look good?
The special bra
Wow.
is for every day.
Oh yeah, every day.
Every day.
Really?
I need the girls.
Yes.
I mean, this particular bra is not for the kids museum, but I do have the supportive, good, happy girl bras.
Yeah.
This is
No, but like my black,
I don't wear
like my black lacy bits. Those are for like going
Correct.
out and like talking to anyone, whether it's Steve or other cute boys. Like,
hello,
I
cute
wanna-
boys.
not
names were not
wherever they
mentioning.
may be. I don't know where they are. They're not there.
A cute
But
boy.
not at the children's museum
I
though.
know they're not at the kids.
No, you know what? I can't go to the kids museum because the kids keep putting things in their mouth, and then I'm horrified.
Oh God, I don't
They
even want
lick
to talk about it
things
today.
and- oh,
I'm not going to talk about
okay,
it. I'll tell
anyway.
you after the camera.
But-
Anyway, but it
yeah.
turns you on a little bit. You know what I mean? So you can come home and like hook it up with your
Oh
husband
no,
because you're feeling.
I feel great about it, but
Are you worried about other people?
yeah, I just don't want like the.
No, they love it.
Married.
I think you're good.
Well,
Yeah, I probably.
You know what, as
I know
long
it's
as-
all mental for me.
As long
It
as
is.
you and your husband know,
yeah,
I think it's all good.
yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And no guy's gonna be like, she was flirting with me. Gross.
Exactly. Hello.
for instance
Your cam freaking down.
of
I know.
flirting, which would be like, like I have this twit crush on somebody, but I totally will not do it, right? Because then everybody would know that I'm like a total hussy. I'm not devoted, That's the complex I have. But like when we were all out at Camp Maudie and we drove past a certain twit crush neighborhood, I really wanted to be like, hey, just drove past. Your
and
neighborhood
such.
feeling naughty, are you? But totally, that wouldn't come across, right? As like
I think it's the
simple
degree.
flirting.
I think it's the degree of flirting.
Yeah, the degree of flirting.
I think
it's
that
the
doing it
degree.
on Twitter is a little bit because then it's in print and for the world to see. But I
Correct.
think like if you're gonna just give a little like at McKnight or something, you can just give a little like.
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in so long. How are you?
I know.
I think
Hug a little too long.
Oh, a little too tight.
I think you know in your heart when it's over the line.
I agree. I agree 100%. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. So my
Even
gut
though I'm
tells me
drinking
not
and
to, though,
slurring.
but I feel totally devoted. I mean,
Are we doing drink music? Dr. Normal says we're doing drink music.
I think I'm already a little bit drunk.
Yeah, me too,
I better
sweetie.
eat
It's
this
okay.
chocolate.
yeah, I
I know.
think we all spilled our drinks on ourselves.
Infused in chocolate.
Cheers to chocolate. We're doing the drink music now. Apparently, I don't know. I don't have headphones on. Let's eat our chocolates.
Oh yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah, everybody just on me.
Cheers.
Aren't you supposed to feed the chocolates to each other, actually? Is that how that works?
We're greedy.
At least that's the way it works in Playboy.
Hey, look,
never thought it would happen to
we have
me.
our breasts out. What more can people want, really?
Okay.
Can't
Well,
we
I
do it on
could
your
think of a lot
apparatus?
more, but never mind.
We will talk about my apparatus in a minute.
Okay.
I think I'm supposed to tell about the drinks.
Yes, what are we drinking?
That's so good.
The ladies of StrangeLove Live this evening are drinking chocolate martinis. 2 ounces of vodka, 3/4 of an ounce of creme de cacao, and then some sort of chocolate stuffed in the bottom of the martini glass.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you for the pretty
Those are so
glasses.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I love them.
I'm enjoying them.
Thank you very much.
Are we done now with the drinks?
I have
Yes.
a question.
Oh, Leah has a question.
I think that the issue is, it sounds like that you're worried that you're going to offend someone's partner. Is that right? Rather than your partner, because it sounds like you.
Oh, yeah,
said
not
before.
mine.
Right. So you worry that you'll offend the other person's partner, because if you're flirting with someone, they excuse me, they can always
Fucking with
walk
my
away.
set.
They can stop. They can say, say you're flirting with this person, and he can say, "Oh, I have to go get a drink. I have to go to the bathroom." He's uncomfortable. So, well, no, I'm saying
That never happens.
I'm saying that they have that option, right? Right. So they're comfortable because they're staying there. So then the only thing left is the other person in their relationship.
Yeah.
So have you,
You know
ever
what?
had the other person in the relationship say something to you? I'm trying to rack my brain.
I have a question. Is it, and it's based off your question, or I wouldn't interrupt.
Yes.
Is it the other person in the relationship, or is it the public in general? Because for me, it's not the other person in the relationship, because I trust that my friends have a handle on their relationships. So is it the general public or is it the other person?
Well, it's more like my persona, right? Like, it was all fine before we had kids.
Yeah.
And then having kids and then being with the kids so much, it's like you don't want to flirt in front of your kids. But then when you're with your kids all the time, you don't want to really lose that sexual part of yourself that you project too.
Correct. And that's so important to your sexual health.
Right. Like
to
at the
feel-
moms group, I never want hi, I'm the mom with cleavage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like around these small children and
I bet the other moms would be like, yay!
I like to be the mom with cleavage.
Do you?
I'm okay with it.
I gotta find out with different moms. I'm a mom. I hang out with your
hanging out.
So does Kay. Kay still likes to, hi, Mom.
Yeah, Nishi was just
you?
like, pretty boobies tonight. She's 2, you know?
Yeah.
It's like,
No, I mean, at 7, Kay is still impressed with cleavage.
okay.
I hope she gets, I hope she gets them when she's 16, 17. Not now.
Yeah.
Because she's so impressed by breasts. She really is. I mean, at this age.
She'll get him then. If she's already thinking about him, she'll get him.
I hope so.
Did you want boobs when you were young?
No.
Oh, really?
I was horrified by my breasts when I got them. I didn't have any at all,
Really?
and then I got a C cup. And then later in life, I got a D cup. But when I was in high school, I was the girl with the book covering her chest because I was so horrified that I had tits.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had 34 Bs, so it was neither here nor there.
Yeah, I went from an A cup, like a double A, to a C over
How
the
old were you?
summer. I think I was 17 when I got them.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was like nothing, and then holy crap, I have tits. Oh, where did they come from?
The tit fairy.
The tit fairy gave them to me. Ching. And
Yeah, so
now
I
love
think it
them,
really
but-
boils down to being a mother and having that persona really
do.
for me because so I had double Ds by the time I was 14. And so it's always been a part of me, but I also really don't want my children to have a sexual kind of persona at all while they're children.
Correct.
So I really don't want to model any of that.
I think that you should flirt and feel fine about it because, I mean, you're with the kids enough. Like, when you're finished with the kids, like, go be yourself and be your own woman. Like, look at the boobs.
They do miss getting out.
Well, and
Cammy's
we
boobs are
should
beautiful.
say that for people that maybe aren't quite as well endowed.
They make my mouth water.
They make me feel inadequate, and that's really uncommon because I have a lot of boob.
T-shirt going on.
Can I get some tissues to stuff in the bottom of my bra to make them more?
I mean, but Cami, like, you're just a beautiful woman. Like, you have to work it a little bit. And I can't imagine going to these tech things and not stroking the egos of cute boys.
I like cute boys.
The top
Yeah, cute
thing.
boys. Techies
I don't want to
especially,
sleep with them, but I like them.
And the techie boys, they love their egos stroked a lot. They are very responsive to a simple
Poor Dr.
like
Normal.
lean over and like a hug. That will get you very
I
far
will be hugging
with them.
many men at the next
Yeah.
techie.
So-
and they hold you extra tight because they're so
woman with boobs. I love you so much.
because like in high school they never got any, but they were like the best friends, you know. And so like girls would be like, hug me, and so they totally can. They have the skills to hug and feel up at the same time. It's part of their magic.
Oh, yeah.
And so
Then
you
that's
just
fun.
like give them a hug.
Yeah, see, and that would be very delightful.
Yeah. More
Too.
hugs.
More hugs would be
Hug the one that you think is cute too.
So next time you're wondering if you should or not, you'll hear our
Do it.
voice.
Yeah.
Do
it. And if it goes wrong, you can blame us.
That's right. That's right.
them. Let's
Blame
not.
us.
But I'm just teasing.
Just blame me. Blame me.
The advice on StrangeLove
Just a
Live
little
tonight should
tiny
not
bit.
be taken
Tiny bit.
seriously.
Go ahead.
Don't necessarily
Flirt.
try to
It's
say
harmless.
Ignite Portland's gonna be going off. Same week as Ignite, back fence the night before.
The day before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Day before back
With-
fence PDX. And
I neglected in my post to mention the hula hooping.
hula hooping, and I have to say that there are, as far as I know, three very, very graphic sex stories at the next back fence. We haven't had many sex stories, but these three are like, whoa.
Ooh, yay. Okay.
Amazing sex stories.
Nice.
So, I mean, don't just feel like you can only go to Ignite. I'm going to Ignite too. But
Speaking
go
of
to back
sex
fence, too.
stories, I think we need to move on to Melissa's
yes.
topic, which is a sex story that we've not shared with the general populace.
Yeah, not your common, not the sex story you always tell.
Sex story.
Right? Everyone has their go-to sex story. I've got mine. It's really funny, but
I have a couple go-to sex stories, but does anyone want... I'll go first if no one else wants to, but if someone wants to go, I have a sex story.
You can go.
go ahead, Cami.
Okay. I was engaged to be married when I was 17 years old.
Oh my god.
I dated this person from 16 until 19, and then I broke up with him, and then I was in desperate need of having... he was a great lover. I give him that. I was very lucky that the first man I actually had intercourse with was a very good lover. But then I was ready to have sex. I was like, oh my god, I've never actually had sex with someone else. I need to have sex right now. I have to do it. So I went, I got laid. It was the worst sex ever. I'm so sorry. I really hope that you don't watch our show. It was the worst sex I ever had.
Oh no.
It was really, really horrible.
He would never think it was him, though.
That's true.
And sometimes if you don't know the person that well, the first time can be pretty bad.
Why don't you talk about your rave days? That's a go-to sex story.
That's not rave. I'm telling a story about this goth. Thank you. God, you're so out of touch. I'm telling a story about the second man I ever had intercourse
Your
with.
rock and roll
Okay, I'm listening.
sock hop days. Tell us about that.
Oh God, Dr. Earl, shut up. The second man I ever had intercourse with, and I never would have thought it possible, but I had to try to teach him how to have sex with me and how to please me.
Oh.
No, you didn't.
Were you there?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm trying to tell a story and you're
I'm sorry, and I'm interrupting and doing comedy. Okay.
Or thank you for
just interrupting.
Yeah, I would just say it's comedy. It's not comedy.
That's the one thing. If you're a man, you should know if you're having sex and your woman wants to help you get her off, let her help you. She knows what she wants.
Oh.
He didn't want me to help.
Oh.
He wanted to control the situation. And, no orgasms when I was having sex with him.
That was the most helpful thing that happened to me when I was like, I think I was 19. Mm-hmm. And it was like, did a show, did a party, played the drums, hooked up with a gal who was like 25 or 26. And when you're 19, is she 25 or 26?
She knows
She's
shit.
old.
Yeah. And yeah, she taught me a lot. I mean, as far as, she was like, kind of going a little bit here now. It was like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, he didn't want to hear any of that, though. I was like, this is if you want to.
She was also the first woman who was extremely vocal. Like at one point, this was the middle of summer, and my parents were like on vacation to the Bahamas or somewhere. I don't know.
Oh,
and I
they were not there.
Had to stop and run around and close every window and screen door in the house.
You better close those screen doors because people
I know.
can hear through the
She's like,
Stops the noise.
Let me tell
she's like
you
one
that
of those gals
to
who you
this
brushed
day-
up against it, and it was like, whoa.
To this day, Dr. Normal is paranoid
Yeah.
about
How do I get to
sound.
be that girl? Someone brush against
Hang out with the rock bands.
Unbutton his shirt a little bit.
She was in the army, too.
Participate in the conversation.
Dr. Normal.
I'm sorry, am I not supposed
It's
to
been
talk?
requested that if you want to participate in the conversation, you have to unbutton at least 2 buttons.
Yeah, because you have to have your
okay.
boobs showing.
Yeah.
I'll go on mute now.
So let's go now, Cami.
I have a few go-to. So we're going for anti-go-to stories.
Anti-go-to stories.
Okay, well, your story made me think of a relationship that I had with.
This did involve showing your boobs because, wow,
Hello.
can I just say that I love them? Like, I love these chocolate martinis.
Thank you. They love you too. They love
Oh
chocolate.
my God, your
martinis.
boobs love us?
Yes, they do.
I know.
We want to
What I
cuddle with your
daydream
boobs.
about. This is what would make me a lesbian.
I could just tell a boob story.
Okay.
Whatever you say,
In fact, this is a story I don't often tell. For fun, my girlfriends and I, maybe twice, would play eye contact game where we would show.
This sounds a lot like the story I didn't tell, but it involved handcuffs and a girl. Okay, go ahead.
No, this is not so much a sex story, but just a boob story. So we play eye contact game. This was literally in high school, right? Because I had double D's in high school. Mm-hmm. And I would wear a halter top, and we would just walk down the street, and I was not allowed to speak, only eye contact. And so we would see how many numbers we could get just with
For the eye contact.
showing off the cleavage
Cami's boobs.
and eye contact, because it would be fun, right? To see like just how boys just go like, you just lose themselves if they see like ample cleavage. Mm-hmm. And it was fun as a teenage girl just to like watch, men of all ages just be like,
Did you have my phone number, Cami?
Just keep your mouth shut.
That's funny.
Wow,
Really
that makes me feel so inadequate. Because when I was in high school, we would try to go out and find sugar daddies, because San Diego has a lot of Persian men. So my friends and I, we would go out in hot pants and hauler shops, and we never found a single sugar daddy. And it was because
we were all staring at Cami.
Yeah, because I had 34 Bs, and if I had those, I would have.
I had like an infamous polka dot halter top that I wore in high school. I mean, it was like
itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot halter top.
Sexual being, even since high school. I can't imagine. I grew up like grunge was in, so I had like my favorite flannel shirt.
Oh no, like my mom was like, if you got it, flaunt it, because you won't always have it, and she was the one who like bought me the like $20 pair of panties for prom, because panties mattered, and her idea was like, it doesn't matter what you're wearing, if you're wearing sweats, if you have like matching panties and bra, or like you feel good with your underclothes, then it goes a long way.
I want to be you.
Okay, so I want to hear Melissa's non-go-to sex story.
One tonight.
So
Tonight
I was
it's gonna
doing
be
a video podcast, and later I went home.
I'm so sad that I'm not on the couch right now.
So this is when I was married. I did a little married thing for a short time, and
A little married thing.
yeah, and I was living in a bungalow in San Diego. That's how I got my last name, Lion. And so I was living in the bungalow, and there was a next door neighbor, and we babysat her cats, my husband and I, and she had like all these crosses in her house, and I thought, oh, she's very religious, because I grew up without any sort of religion at all, and so I thought a cross in your house meant that you were quite religious. And she was from like the Midwest or something. I don't know. She was from somewhere not Southern California, which meant that doubly she was sheltered and religious, right? Because if you're not from California, you don't know shit. Because I'm from California. That's how we think. And so,
I understand.
Right.
Having grown up in California. Yeah.
So like if somebody's from somewhere else, they're like got hay in their teeth and stuff. So anyway, so then one night, she was single and she got a boob job, and I wanted to touch her boobs, and she would never let me. And
She had a boob job and she wouldn't let you
no,
touch them?
I know.
Oh my gosh.
If I had a boob job, I'd let everybody touch
I know,
them.
because you want to know how they feel.
I know. I want to know if they were real or not.
Me too.
A real feeling. Okay,
I know.
Go ahead.
I know.
Sorry.
So
Continue.
anyway, so one night she's, I have to back this up with, okay, so you guys all know that I didn't masturbate until I was very much older. I didn't watch any porn at all. Like I had no.
I didn't need porn to masturbate.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying that like this was my experience, right? Even though I went to college in San Francisco, and I've actually seen quite a bit of porn, like in a scholarly sense, because I took a bunch of human sexuality classes. So anyway, but it wasn't something common to my experience, and like my husband and I didn't watch porn, and like it just didn't happen that way. And so one night had gone out, and she was single, like I said, and fake boobs and fake nails and teeth done and all the whole thing, and I wake up in the middle of the night and I hear and I say to her, I wake up my husband and I say, she's getting raped. Oh my God. Because I think that she's Christian and she's a virgin and she's never had sex before. But clearly these are the sounds of somebody who's having something bad happen to her.
Virgin?
No, and so, so I listen a little bit more, and she's like, fuck me, and then I can hear it. And then we listened for a little while longer, and after that, like, our sex life completely changed, and like suddenly I was like, fuck me. Call me a slut.
Try that out.
Oh, you're such a fuck. And it was just because I thought that this woman was being raped.
I think this is a great one, because I'd like to know similar stories of when you've heard people doing it. I mean, it's always right,
It's hot.
or when people have heard you doing it, right? And you get the.
I'm afraid that I've always been the person that they heard doing it.
Yeah.
You live in an apartment or whatever, and you're like,
shit, I'm like, fuck you!
I know.
You shush! I'll make all the noise I want to. Yes. Okay, now we need Leah's.
I was
Miss
trying
Burroughs,
to,
excuse me.
whatever. I was trying to think back, and it it was high school, and it was myself and one of my first boyfriends and a friend and her boyfriend, and we were all in the same room. Mm-hmm. I think maybe they were on the floor and we were on the bed. It was one of those things where one of their parents was cool, so they didn't care. Oh. So we could hang out in the bedroom, close the door. And so, you're desperate for some place to do stuff.
So you were all in the same room?
Yeah. Oh. I think we were in the bed and they were on the floor. That's pretty
common in high school, I think.
Well, yeah, you know, like where you go to those parties and there's...
What? No, it is. With the making out and the...
like the makeout parties and you look over there and there's people...
I never went to a makeout party.
I did not go to makeout parties.
I didn't go to makeout parties either, but you always had that one friend's house whose parents...
That was my...
just did not give a shit what you were doing.
Makeout parties? No, because I had my boyfriend and we would just...
You had a two-person makeout.
My parents were not the ones that did not care.
See, we would go like outside more than go to somebody's house.
Oh, yeah, I totally did.
Oh, in the car?
Stuff I should not have been doing in my backyard.
I can really work magic in the backseat of a car.
I'm okay in a car, but in a backyard on concrete or a lawn chair, I'm the queen.
Sorry, Leah.
I like. What about like grassy mound?
Oh yeah, picnic table, beach. Hood of the car, beach. Yeah.
That's
all places we've had sex.
Play structures.
Especially
concrete.
Fun, nostalgic places.
Have we had sex on the hood of a car or on concrete?
Standing on concrete.
So. See, here's the thing.
If you're from
I would
California,
prefer not to have sex on concrete, but when you're young, you do what you have to do to get what you want to get.
Right. Okay, so anyway, Leah was telling a story.
Yeah. Sorry, Leah. I'm so sorry.
Bro, sorry.
We totally kidnapped your story. So you're on the bed.
What I remember is, I don't know if I was giving him a blowjob or a hand job or whatever, but what I remember is that he shot, I'll just say, cum like all over my shirt.
Oh no!
That is not polite.
Well, no. It wasn't an on purpose thing. Mm-hmm. I think we were both very surprised. We were both very new at it, so we were both like, and I'm like, So that was what I thought of.
Nice.
Okay, I'll tell you a story then that I don't normally tell. That's more sexual.
Yes, tell us a story.
Your boobs.
Okay, Melissa. Doesn't actually.
This is the whole thing where I was like, "Oh, the show's going to be about an hour long," and
whoops, yeah, too long. Okay, this one's quick.
Let's go. No, because we still have another topic to go. We're good.
Okay,
I just I'm a liar.
So the whole coming on things or different areas.
Dr. Norma loves the story already.
As long as you're playing,
you're always willing to try something that you haven't tried,
right?
For the first time, just to see, right? Don't knock until you try it.
Yeah.
And so a partner and me decided that it was time to try, real porn star come on the face thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Otherwise known as bukkake.
I had no idea. That was the first and last time that ever happened. I thought it would be really hot, but really it was just like...
Do you find it interesting that...
There's stuff in my face!
Your eyes!
No. I think this is really interesting because guys watch porn.
You're right.
They see that, and they're just like, oh yeah.
Because I was like, I'm just gonna get it out, and I'm gonna love it. And
I think generally women are like, no, I mean, right? It's just kind of like
nothing's on the spooge on my face.
Yeah.
Yeah, my face.
Because I gotta tell you, guys are thinking, yeah, this will be fun, right?
Yeah.
Have you tried it on your breast?
I'll get a napkin later.
That doesn't bother me at all.
Different.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's my tits. Go ahead.
If I can breathe it in.
Fuck them, splooge on them, whatever. That's fine. Get it on my face. I'm not so sure about that.
Not a lot of precision with it.
It's true. Yeah.
Okay, that's my not so.
It's always so much warmer than you think it's going to be, though. That's always my experience. Like, that is
Ain't that the truth? It's like, my God, this thing's like 105 degrees. What the hell is this?
Molten lava all over my body. What the hell? Yeah.
Of course, when that shit's been zipping around your abdomen for which is essentially where it's been.
For weeks?
Yeah.
You just spent more time.
Belly?
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah.
For weeks?
Yeah, good point.
You're the biggest liar on
At least in your
planet.
pelvis, not in your abdomen.
What's that?
In your abdomen.
Sorry.
Anyway,
what's the next question?
Oh my God!
What happened to my show? Was my nip out?
No, you're fine, yes. Sweetie.
Yes, it was. Royale with cheese.
Best StrangeLove live ever.
Oh no.
I looked over and I was like, no. Oh, crap. She talking at me. Michelle's not doing her job.
Aren't you glad I suggested?
Oh yeah, the chat room caught it.
Oh, they did? Oh, great. Thanks.
Yeah.
It was my mother-in-law.
So much for the not being sexual on the internet.
Okay, Cami. And you're supposed to be checking
Fired.
for
I know.
uneven,
What's
too.
going on?
Boobs
I'm just
coming
gonna show
out
one
and
now.
uneven.
Okay. Sorry about that.
I have a
won't
question.
I have I got a little
subject.
giggly.
My nipples do that to people.
They wouldn't
All
make me giggly.
Miss Burrows, you have a question before we move on to your topic?
Yes, because we were still talking about cum and all that. The male
Cum.
cum,
Sorry.
I'll say. And then-
Ejaculation?
Yes.
Okay.
Male ejaculation.
Yes.
I was trying to think. Have you ever had sex without a condom, and then had to go somewhere afterwards and had to like?
I love that.
Yes. Yep.
I do. Like, I swear to God, cum dripping out of me is the hottest thing ever. I
depends.
can't believe I just said that on the internet. Stupid chocolate martinis. Fuck you.
Stupid Lotso chocolate martini.
Okay, go on. No, but I think it's totally hot. Like, I remember a lover that I had, I went to go see him, and that was like part of the attraction was that I would go and then we would have sex as soon as I saw him because there was no like
There's no waiting.
thing.
Yeah.
And then it would be like part of it, like to go out. Now let's go and like oh you're dripping out of me, and it was really hot.
I second that
Yeah.
motion. Yes.
I think
usually
That's
smell
usually
sex.
the
I
we're
like
going
it. I
out. Oh,
love
but hey, we have no
smelling
time
sex.
to worry about going out right now. Let's
Correct.
get this.
Yeah,
get this,
but
and then you
but
go
it's
out.
part of
Right,
it. I
yeah.
mean, it's part of
Yeah.
like
Sex
the
at the beginning of the
whole
day.
like sex experience.
And then sometimes you're at the restaurant, and because once you do it once,
You
it's
have to
it's
do
it's
it
addictive.
again.
It's like crack. Sex is like fun that way. And so you're in the restaurant, and then you got and then you got stuff like going up, under the
Stop
table
making eye
and
contact.
whatnot.
You're
and all that
making her
stuff.
uncomfortable.
What?
And
Stare at
excited.
someone's boobs instead.
Wouldn't I-
Don't
Oh,
make
I'm
eye
sorry. Look
contact.
at the boobs. Don't look at the
Yeah,
eyes.
no eye
Gotcha.
contact right now. I'm sorry.
You know what? I learned yesterday, and you might already know this. The areolas actually get darker when the person's aroused. So, we can check.
We can
if need
check.
to. And I checked this afternoon, and it works. It's
Really?
true.
Your boobs can grow.
Well,
Yes, they grow up to 25%.
oh yeah. So
fun
oh
facts.
wait, Leah, what were we talking about?
I want to
Sorry.
go and
Oh, I
adjust Cammy's. Am
I all crooked?
Yeah, this boob. There you go. Yeah, one breast was way more exposed.
I'm not sure
than
I
the
trust
other.
you anymore.
Michelle is fired. she didn't see the areola, and she
punish
didn't. Should I beat
How long
her?
was it out? Too many views?
That's what I'm wondering, because I looked over and I was like, oh my god, I see Cammy's nipple.
Maybe it was
can't
shaded.
See anything.
Maybe
I
it
would
was
just like to say
shaded.
that I have the best view in the house,
And you didn't see it?
and I can't see it. No,
Oh.
It was shielded by the other one.
It was out. It was
went
all
t-shirts
out.
Made.
It was hot. You missed it, Melissa.
with cheese.
Okay, so
was Leah talking about?
I agree
Cum.
with the cum dripping out hotness.
I think it depends on the volume.
It depends on the volume and the
Otherwise,
situation.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I mean, for the most part, you're walking around and you're like, I just got laid. And it's a constant reminder of the fact that you just got fucked and you probably got fucked well.
Right. Okay, all right.
and plus, and you
Wow,
did it
good
during
to
the
know.
day. Like
Exactly.
you had enough time during the day
That's
to
true.
Stop
do
it.
that, and then go out and do something else.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the part for me. The part for me is that I got it and then I'm out.
Yeah,
When I was younger, it wasn't so much of a big deal to me.
yeah.
But now it's like,
Now that time is
got it.
during the
Hello.
day.
Thank you. My
Or in the
favorite
evening.
is to get some and then go have breakfast. I don't know what it is for me with that, and Mike looks very uncomfortable right now. But for me, that's the thing is and then to go have breakfast or go get coffee or whatever it is to.
I like to do it before going out to a bar, to a restaurant, whatever. At night, like in
Yeah.
the evening, afternoon, then.
And maybe
evening
for me,
time.
that's the I don't have the babysitting goodness
Yeah.
for that. But for me, it's like I like to get. I really like to get laid in the morning.
I second
Yeah,
that.
especially right before 10 o'clock, apparently.
No, but Miss Burrows and I had pedicures scheduled, and she showed up early at our house, earlier than she should have been. And we had just finished doing what we were doing.
Well, what were my options?
Which was great because I got to get a pedicure.
Yeah.
Right after I got laid.
Oh
Hello.
my god! And
Wow.
then did you have lunch or something too?
No, there was
secrets after that
2.0,
too?
and she saw Geeky Boys.
Yeah. And I didn't get to spend any time at all with Dr. Normal. But.
You just have sex with
Just for instance.
So anyone who saw me at Lunch 2.0 know that I got
done?
laid and then I got a pedicure.
God, just rub it all in.
Yeah,
I wasn't
it's
at
good.
lunch 2.0.
And hello, like a 30-minute foot rub
I also
and leg
did not
massage.
get laid at 10
Nice.
in the morning.
No, because we have small children.
My child was at school.
Kids get in the way of the sex life.
Miss
I had
Burroughs.
a follow-up question.
Oh, yes.
So then, say you're used to having sex without a condom, and then for some
Hello.
reason
Yes. I'm sorry.
you do
Move
have
along.
sex with a condom. Either a different person, or sometimes it's fun to be different. You can role play, blah, blah, blah. Do you miss feeling the cum? You look so puzzled.
I just...
Or do you
I
really
just don't like
not?
the plasticky feeling.
I don't like the plastic. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
I
don't
have an
like the
IUD.
latexy feeling.
Kiss my IUD. Kiss my IUD. That means
I'm kissing Melissa's IUD. I just don't. I really... And so many different types of condoms have been tried, but I don't appreciate the latexy, condomy, plasticky. I like the flesh. I know that's the
Well, that's
teenage
just sort of when
boy
you get
argument.
a pedicure, do you like
Right,
someone who gives you a pedicure with gloves on?
I
Or
know.
bare hands?
No, you want the hands. You don't want the gloves.
I mean, once you're in a committed relationship.
Exactly. My pedicure gal, she's the only gal that gives me a pedicure. What? You're the only man who gets to stick his penis in me. Just
yay you.
You get to.
Go, Dr.
Congratulations.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna put
Okay.
my baby candies.
you gave me the funny look when I talked about Judy the pedicure.
I was probably looking at the chat room funny. I don't.
Okay, anyway, yes. I don't like the
I
plastic.
pay way too much attention to
I
my
want to
looks.
say though too. Let me just say that I'm trying to think because I'm a little, but
chocolate?
So at some point I was
Yes, it's
having
chocolatey.
sex.
It's not, has
Oh,
nothing
there was
to
a
do with
point-
alcohol.
What was it? Let me think here. There was a point that of course, through college and everything, I had sex with condoms, and then high school too. And I
Exactly,
was
yeah.
having sex with condoms. And then when I
do
got
concur.
married,
if you're not in a committed relationship, please use condoms.
yeah. And then when I got married, I thought it was gross if the cum was dripping out of me. That was probably part of the reason why we wound up divorced. But then after that, I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not laughing at you.
And now I wouldn't give that up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it does depend
but I
on the
don't-
cum dripping out too. Like
the
everybody has a little
volume.
different cum, and
Yeah.
so if it's
If you're-
It's
if
an emotional
person
connection
that
to
you're
your
with,
Sometimes
but-
it just
then their cum is your cum.
Yeah, exactly. Like Cami and I discussed earlier, I own Dr. Normal's penis. It's mine.
You just
That's kind of the way it
lease it
works.
to him?
I let him wear it.
because it just would not go with your shoes.
Yeah.
It does not go with my shoes or with my
Wouldn't
bra.
fit in your dress.
Yeah, no, it would not look good in my dress.
No.
It would be bulgy.
But
I'm sure if wives
Wait,
could
he's been
take
in
it
your
off,
dress?
put it in a box when you go leave for work and come home, it's like, oh, can I have that back, please? And attach it. Many would.
I like
you
to
service
touch it.
yourself with your
What?
penis all day while you still bring home the bacon.
I have
Yeah.
one. It's called a Jimmy Jane, and I have that. I own it. I paid $160 for the privilege, and it vibrates.
There you go.
Yeah, I have other
take
things
it.
that vibrate. His doesn't need to vibrate.
Yeah.
'cause other things do. We need to move.
Is it just, wait a minute, is it just different?
What?
Or is it, given you're on a desert island,
Okay.
you have a choice. Vibrator, the best vibrator in the world,
It's a
or
solar
penis.
Phone or
Which do you choose?
Wait. What are my choices? Go back.
The vibrator
Say
or
it
what?
slow.
You're on a desert island. You have a choice. The best vibrator in the world or penis.
well, you have to
I like to rub off
condition
on a
with
penis.
like
Well, it's attached to an attractive young.
Does he
Compliant
clean and
penis.
cook? Does he
Yeah.
clean and cook? He
Oh,
cleans and cooks.
Oh,
Compliant,
no. This is
compliant.
just about the sex.
purely
This is just-
sexual. I like the penis.
I like the real- yeah,
even
the
for
real deal.
non-insertion reasons, I like a penis for other things as well.
yeah. I would never like blow my
So-
dildo for fun.
That's two for.
Exactly.
penis.
Thank you. Hello. I
And we-
enjoy blowing the penis.
Oh, I get
And
it.
I think we got two on the fence.
Am I doing?
I'm just saying that part of the penis beauty is like that they can clean and cook. I mean, not the penis, but attached to the
I'm talking about
like nothing is
pure
harder.
sexual.
Nothing is
Sexually.
harder than like waking up to a clean kitchen.
Pure sexually, ignore the kitchen. You don't
Yeah,
even
the
know
guy's
the
the guy's a
bed.
good guy.
There is
He
no
cleans up
kitchen,
after
sweetheart.
himself. It's all good.
You're on an island.
Yeah.
There's no
no
kitchen.
kitchen?
There's no
It's
kitchen.
don't
what
wanna
are you
be
gonna have
there.
sex with?
I know. I like my kitchen too. Well, actually, my kitchen is
Oh,
very small.
man, stop taking it.
It's okay to tell the truth.
I don't know. I never thought about this.
Your man's not going to
before.
listen to the show. It's okay.
I know he's with the kid. But I don't want to be alone.
Okay. Miss Burrows, do you have an answer?
Yeah, I was thinking about that today, actually.
Ooh.
I was thinking that you can't always do with sex toys what you can do with a penis. And so I definitely prefer the penis.
However, you can't always do with a penis what you do with a sex toy.
That's true.
But
That's true.
I like
get to
penises.
finish the
Well, it
sentence.
sorry,
depends
go
on the
finish.
guy.
Sorry.
God, I'm listening.
I'm sorry. I'm listening. Look at me. See?
No, see, I forgot.
I'm listening.
Oh, that sex toys are sort of a second. And you can certainly combine the two. But
I like combining
So,
things.
so I'm getting three.
I
Three
have to
for
say
the-
though that I don't know. Like I spent a lot of single time, and then I had this whole year where I'm like, I'm a born again virgin. Not that I was religious or anything. I just thought the guys were stupid.
did you
and I
put
was
like penis crosses up in your?
Yeah, no. Like my best friend and I had all these rules about before we would get laid, and the only guy who was allowed to fuck me was my high school boyfriend, who was living up in Berkeley at the time, and so he could have sex with me, but I was still a virgin. Anyway,
Yeah. Well, it didn't count if you were
That works,
sex with
you
him.
know.
yeah, I know, right? That's right.
Gray area.
That's exactly right. And he knew how to get me off. Like he was good. But I have to say that you can't discount a sex toy. That it really does like get you to know yourself, and like you can totally like do brand new things and not have to worry about somebody's like weirdness or somebody's being too into it or anything like that. And so I just don't want it to be like sex toys are second. They're just like in a
You know,
like,
there's something
they're
to be
like
said as a penis as a sex toy.
Yeah, I was just
Yes.
I was just saying
If you
this.
have, I mean, if you have a partner that will allow you that.
yeah.
Well, that's assuming that like
Flexibility.
you can either masturbate or have sex, but does every woman doesn't really need a dildo to masturbate?
I don't need a dildo
Right.
to masturbate.
Well, and can you say that a dildo
I'm a-
feels like a penis?
I'm a clitoral masturbator. I don't need a dildo to masturbate.
I have to say that I spent like $160 on my Jimmy Jane.
But isn't that
Let me-
mostly an
Let
outside?
And I love it. No,
let me
it's
rephrase the
inside.
question
It's
for
wonderful.
Melissa Lyon.
Yeah.
You're walking down the street in St. John's one day, on your way to
St.
back
John's
fence or whatever, and which is Wednesday night, right?
These
Next week.
Daddy.
What?
Back
Oh,
fence.
what? Back
Oh,
fence.
back
Yeah.
fence night. Okay.
You're walking to back fence, and one of the archangels, Michael,
can't
or
walk
one of
to
those
back
dudes,
fence
comes
from
down and says,
St.
"Melissa,
John's.
for the
Back
rest
fence
of your
for the
life,
Mission
It's
Theater.
in
$10
Northwest,
a day up
bitch.
front.
it will either be
I don't understand this question.
your dildo,
Your dildo.
or a penis for the rest of your life. You can only choose one. Which one do you choose?"
It's never going to happen, but I guess I would go with a person.
Oh, yay! Finally, so
Because you
that's
don't wanna
four for the penis.
I like a penis. I'm
Thank you.
sorry.
However,
But if it was a dildo,
And so do I.
if it was a dildo and a woman, I might choose the dildo
Oh.
and the woman.
Okay.
That's, you know what, that
Ooh,
he's right. 'cause
That's when the
not
archangel
fair.
turns to
That is not
Lucifer,
fair.
right?
Come to the dark
It ends up,
side.
yeah, it ends up being
Because then you
fallen
can
or
have
something.
manipulation. But I
Chat
like
room people said
penis.
he could be the patron saint of awesome. I'm not sure if that's referring to the, well, I could just have the girl and the dildo, right?
No, seriously though. I mean,
Rock on.
here's the thing about the penis, though. The penis is actual, like, fleshy response. And a dildo is never going to have that kind of response to you that a penis and the person attached to
Hey,
it
don't
is.
give up on science and technology.
Oh, I'm sorry. If you can get a penis for me, no, wait, a dildo for me that responds like Dr. Normal's penis.
So long, Dr. Normal.
Yeah.
But you still do the podcast on Fridays, right? Do those switches and stuff?
get a robot for
Turn
that.
on.
Exactly.
Oh, wait, no. It would be best if we could leave Dr. Normal down here and he could make all the podcasty stuff happen and I could still get laid. Because let's face it, I don't get laid while he's podcasting things.
No.
It doesn't work. I have to take care of myself at those
Cami, that would be a different podcast. A very different
I would
podcast.
subscribe to that.
That would definitely be Strange Love Live.
Thanks for joining us for a very different episode of Strange Love Live. Tonight's music was a pick from the new Irk FM music show, which can be found at irkfm.com. Here's Edgar Gabriel's Would You Be My Valentine. You can find their music at stringfusion.com.
Once I was lonely, this cold and wintry day, I stole the feelings you never know. Not knowing someone would share my heart someday. Lost all the hope for someone to love. Now I see a different time since you've been here. I just have one thing to ask of you, my dear. Would you be my Valentine? Not just today, but would you be my Valentine?